Hi, it's Andrew from Wholefoods, bringing you some pure goodness in the raw from beautiful, sunny Noosa today, and what a beautiful winter's day it is. Now, I want to talk about whole foods today. You might have heard people talking about whole food diets and whole food eating. So what does it actually mean, and why should I eat whole foods? So I want to be talking about what you should be looking out for when you're filling your supermarket trolley, or better still, when you're at your farmer's markets getting your produce for the week. Now, big food companies, they've been messing with our food more and more over the last 30 or 40 years. It started with fat, when we were told that fat was bad for us, so they undertook a lot of manufacturing processes to remove the fat, and what they did was added sugar and other awful things along the way. At the same time, the desire to increase profit margins snuck in, and what they did was they found the cheapest ingredients that they could find and added as much of that as they could, and voila! More money for these big food companies. Sugar, as I mentioned, it's one of those incredibly cheap ingredients, and it just so happens to be addictive. So that's even better for these big food companies, right? But it's starting to sound a bit like the issues we've had with tobacco, which we all know about. Now, whole foods are foods in their natural state, or very close to it. So I'm talking about fresh fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, fresh meat, seafood, things like that. I'm not talking about cornflakes, Pop-Tarts, or that horrible plastic Kraft Singles cheese. We should trust that Mother Nature knows best, that Mother Nature gives us our food in a beautifully designed package that has all the nutrition that we need. Primal and paleo principles really believe in this as well, and push this as well when we look at how our ancestors ate. But Whole Foods is less specific about food groups like legumes, etc., that paleo and primal principles have an opinion on. Now, whole food eating doesn't have to rule out simple processing methods like fermenting, drying, and cooking, as these methods can be beneficial. Fermentation, for example, adds some beneficial bacteria to our diets, and cooking can make foods more digestible, and they can, in certain vegetables like kale, cabbage, and cauliflower, they're beneficial in that they deactivate some potentially harmful compounds. But what we want to do is we want to avoid eating heavily processed foods, where food becomes so far removed from its original ingredients that it's lost virtually all of its goodness along the way. Now, there can be a huge number of manufacturing steps involved. There's sanitizing, bleaching, boiling, condensing, evaporating, spray drying, ultrafiltration, blending, emulsifying. It's a long list. And that's not to mention some pre-manufacturing steps that involve GMO and potentially irradiation of the food that you're eating. Now, these industrial processes give manufacturers the opportunity to add flavours, colours, sweeteners, fillers, and to mess with the natural structure of the food. The result, the nutrition can be heavily compromised, but it gives us attractive, easily transportable, shelf-stable product that delivers superior profits to the manufacturer. Now, is that what we want from our food? So I think it stands to reason that whole foods, with their minimal processing, they will be better for us, being full of Mother Nature's goodness, and without the fillers, flavours, and other additives. That, my friends, is why we should stick to eating whole foods as much as we can. I hope you agree. So thanks for watching. This is Andrew from Wholefoods. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.